If you recall, last week we got this old hunk of junk running. Well, I say this week we get her driving and see if we can't drive it out of its grave of 20 plus years. Oh yeah. I can't do it talking to y'all though, so let us get busy. They're calling for storms over the next 4, 5, 6 hours, and it is coming. Oh yes, dark. Wind is blowing. So about the only thing I'm gonna be able to do today is let's pull the front tires off, take them to the shop, see if we can't get them aired up. They're them danged old 16.5s. The bead, it's angled, and if they ever lose air pressure, they'll fall right off. I used to hate seeing them things come in the tire shop because they can be a pain to get aired up. Anyways, let's get her jacked up, get them off, and we'll head to the shop. Oh yeah! I keep forgetting to bring the dead blame saw. One of these days I'll remember, I guess, and cut these little trees down. Let's see if this will break these big old lug nuts loose. Absolutely not. Well, let me get the breaker bar out. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm gonna break this bar. Yep, I most certainly am. I don't know what we're gonna do here. I really don't. I got this one right here that don't have no joints on it, so I can get a little rougher with it. Let's put her over here, and I reckon I'm gonna try to stand on it. Hey now, wheels turning. Let me let her back down. Let's try this again. Well, in true MLS fashion, this right here, it ain't going real good. No sir. Let me try this in here, see what it does. Well, it popped. Surely these ain't left-hand thread, are they? Tell you what, they don't look like it. Well, according to the interwebs, in 1975, Dodge quit using left-hand thread lug nuts. This is 79. Plus, there's no L on the stud, and the threads don't look like a left-hand thread. So, I went shopping in the woods and found a really long piece of pipe. Let's see if we can't get them broke loose. Oh yeah, there's coming. All right, let me try another. Oh yeah, yeah, buddy. There it goes, there it goes. This is really thin pipe, quite easy to bend. Oh yeah, there it went. Awesome. Let's use the other end. Goodness gracious. There we go. Woo! 3 down, 5 to go. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, the rains came and washed the spider out and washed me out of working on that old Dodge truck. I did manage to get that one wheel off. It come a flood. I got soaked. Since it's raining, it's going to rain the rest of the day. We can't work outside. Well, I mean, we could, but I'm not going to. No, sir. One of my nieces has a, what is it called? A Nissan Versa. It's got one of those CVT transmissions. I think they're bad about going bad. Well, it's went bad. They took it to a shop here in town a couple weeks ago, and they told them, yeah, transmission is going out. It will drive, but they're afraid that if he tried to drive it home, it'd quit on them. They live about an hour away in Waverly. So she called me up and asked me if I'd go pick it up and bring it to him. So that's what we're doing. That's why I'm in the old hoopty four-wheel drive. And as you can see, we got the old trailer in tow. Oh yeah. Anyways, when I get down there to the shop, we'll get the car loaded up, head on to Waverly, and then when we get back, I might work on that one tire. There's a cop there, so let me put my phone down. And I took the carb off of it yesterday, so we might go through it and see if we can get us a pump shot. But until the rain goes away, well, ain't a whole lot we can do. Well, I got the little thing loaded up. It ain't a bad looking car either, no sir. If I ain't mistaken, they're gonna try to sell it. So if you live in the Clarksville, Waverly area, you might be able to buy the little thing. We're filling the old hooped up with gasolines right now because it's gonna need that plus a whole lot more. It really loves the gas, it sure does, especially pulling a trailer. Anyways, let me get her filled up and we'll hit the road. I think Google says, about an hour and 15 minutes. We'll get there in a little while. Delivered, headed back home, and let me tell y'all, it is just absolutely gorgeous. I know y'all can't really tell right now, but it's just beautiful right down through this little road. Yep, I wouldn't mind living down here. Anyways, probably be about an hour before I get home. I gotta stop somewhere to get something to eat because I'm hungry. After I do that, well, we'll work on the tire and the carburetor a little bit. And maybe tomorrow, I don't think it's supposed to rain, maybe tomorrow we can get a little bit more done on it. I'll see y'all though when I get home. Well, I made it back home safe and sound. Here I am fooling with this stupid tire. I didn't want to break it down. This machine does not like this wheel. It won't hold on to it. So I had to break it down manually. It's got a lot of water in it, so I had to break it down. I got one side off. Let me get my vacuum, stick it down in there and get all the water out. It may not air up, Doug. I mean, you can see right here, it's so deformed. You know, it's just as hard as a brick. Sure is. I'm gonna try to get it aired up though. Let's see what we can do with it. Well, I've decided, let's just go ahead and break it down so I can clean the rim real good. Yep, it's pretty doggone nasty. I'm gonna try to clamp it from the outside, maybe hold it a little better. Let's see. No. Come on, man. Let's see if that'll work. All right. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see. We'll try that. Oh yeah, didn't even tear it up, I mean. All right. Let me see if I can't work on this rim a little bit. Probably put some bead sealer on it too. Bead bead sealer. No idea if this is going to work or not, because this wheel's pretty bad. All right, I got 2 coats of bead sealer on it. Let's see if that's going to help us out or not. Come on, little buddy. The tires are still. Well, I guess I'm going to have to put it on manually the rest of the way. Well, they don't want to turn. Come on, man. There we go. All right. Now comes the fun part. We're trying to get this to air up. All right, let's see what happens. Nothing happens. So let me take that valve stem, the valve core out. See if we can get a little more air moving through there. Well, I think it's time for some soap. Time for the soap. I've got some Chevrolet wheels. They're 19.5 tires. But I think it's the same bolt pattern, but the center hub here is different. If I can't get this air up, we'll have to see if they'll fit or not. There's one side, let me do the other. I already got the back side soaked up good enough, I hope. Let me flip it back over and see if we can't make it air up. Oh yeah, this thing ain't light. Oh, come on, come on, come on! Oh, look at here, look at here. Bad thing is, I gotta put that valve core back in. And a 16.5 is bad about falling off the rim when it loses pressure. Let's see if we can keep that from happening. All right, let me put a little more air in it. Yummy, yummy. Hey! Be still now. That scared me a little bit. I thought it done blew up on me. What do we have? 52-ish. I think we'll call that good. Now let me check and see if we got any air bubbles coming out around the rim. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully that bead sealer will take care of this. I ain't seeing nothing. Let me flip it over and check the other side. Oh yeah, it's heavy. I don't see no air bubbles, so that's awesome. That soap, I'm telling you, it's the best thing I ever bought when it comes to tires. Yep. Let me check the valve stem. Make sure it ain't leaking nowhere. I don't see nothing. Awesome. Well, we got one done. We'll do the other one tomorrow, hopefully. I think we'll go through this here, feller. Actually, the only thing I'm gonna do is put a cup on the accelerator pump. It has come back a little bit. It's squirting just a tiny amount, but we'll go ahead and fix it where it'll drive right. So let me get tore apart. I'm pretty sure I got a cup to fit it. We'll get that changed out. All right, there it is. Let's not lose that spring. There's a wee bit of water down in here, so let me go dump this outside, and then we'll change that cup right there. All right, I got it dumped out. That wood will probably come from being rained in today, because it was in the back of the truck for a little while. whilst it rained. We'll clean it up real good and I'll be okay for as far as that goes. There's a check ball down in the accelerator pump well. I want to see if it'll come loose, make sure it's not stuck. Well, as of right now, it's stuck. Let me work on that a minute. Well, I can't get the check ball out. It does not want to cooperatize, so we're going to force it out with some air, hopefully. Or not. What in the world? Let's try this again. Well, until I get that check ball out, the acceleratory device, it will never work. So let me work on this a little bit and see what I can figure out. Let me peck on it a little bit. It will not come loose. Well, I have beat and banged in this area here and it won't come loose, so I'm gonna threaten it with some heat. Maybe it'll make things move around and it'll finally come loose. I don't know, but we gotta try something. See if we did any good at all. I doubt it. Doubt it very seriously. Well, we may have to pitch this in the trash and just start over with another one. I'm gonna fool with it a little longer, and if it comes loose, well, I'll come back and show you. If not, you'll probably see a whole different carburetor device. I think I have got it broke free. I took a little punch, just like that right there. Put it down in there. What I did was, this is another one. And I looked down in here and I said, that check ball is down in there further. So I said, tell you what we'll do. I'll take this punch and a hammer and I'll whoop the devil out of it and drive it on down in there. Maybe that'll break it free. And it did. I can put air over here, it'll pop up, then I can push it down with this and then put air on it, pop it up, and it's moving back and forth, but it won't come out all the way. So I think if I can find me some kind of object, that won't work. Like some kind of knife to get down in there and sort of waller the top of the hole out, because it may have some burrs on it. If I can do that, maybe I can get the little fella out. Let me figure out what I can do. Y'all look at this right here. Watch out, just look at it. What is that? That's a little check ball. It sure is. What I ended up doing was taking my torch, sticking it down there and getting it real hot. I figured it'd, make the hole expand. Because when you heat a hole, it gets bigger. I figured it would expand and then I'd put air to it and it'd pop out, and that is exactly what happened. So what I'm gonna do now, find a drill bit that same size real close and just go down in there and work it by hand. I'm not gonna go all the way down because I don't want to mess the seat up. I just want to clean that top of it up wherever the boogers are. Once I do that, we'll put her back together, and fingers crossed that we'll have a carburetor device with an acceleratory device. If you look right down in there, you might see some gasolines go squirt, squirt, see it, squirt. So we fixed that, but I tore something else up. Let me get the flashlight. We got us a steady drip right here. That's the well where that check valve or check ball was. I was pecking on it and putting the heat on it, and well, I think I've cracked it. Yes, sir. So that's great. I'm gonna empty the gas cleans out of it, clean it real good. I'm gonna put some JB Weld on it. If that don't work, then I got 2 more of these. They were really dirty inside. I just didn't feel like cleaning them up. Let's just see if we can fix this one. If not, well, we'll clean one of them other ones up. Well, I tore it back apart so I could find the leak. Watch this. Oh yeah, it's coming around. Wait a minute, there's a bug on me. Get on now. What the devil? I've had a lot of red waspers in here lately. I thought that's what that was. It flew right in my face, and well, it may or may not have freaked me out a little bit. Anyway, what I was saying is there's a Welch plug right here, and I was beating and pecking on it there trying to get that ball loose, and apparently I knocked that loose. Let's try it one more time. Put it right there. Hit it with some air. Watch this, watch this. Oh yeah. So that's where it's at. I'm gonna clean this up good, JB weld it, and I will be done for the night because my knees are killing me. Hopefully come out here tomorrow, check it for leaks, and it won't leak no more. Till the next day. There's my JB weld job. So pretty and shiny. Let me hit her with some soaps and with some air, and we'll check it real quick, see if we got any leakages. By George, I don't see any. I had a wee bit of a leak, like right in there last night. That's why I went ahead and just did the whole area. I don't see nothing. Let me put it back together. We'll go over and work on that truck some more today. Got it put back together, filled it up with gasolines, and well, you see that puddle right there? She's still leaking. Yep. Fully on this for now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to fix that, or we might clean up one of them other ones, but I ain't worried about it right now. Let's hit the woods and let's fix that other tire and get this tire on that we fixed last night, and well, we'll just fix all kind of stuff. Slight change of plans. The old hoopty four-wheelie drive right here. Well, she's stuck in second gear. Yep. If y'all haven't seen the video on this truck where I talk about the transmission, well, here is my transmission control module. It's 3 house light switches. That's how I shift it. That's first, second, third, fourth, lock up. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna explain all that right now, but it's stuck in second. I think I've lost voltage, so all my wiring is behind here. Let me pull this out and go to checking stuff. Maybe I can figure it out. Well, an hour later, I think I finally figured out what's going on. I took my meter and just went through all the fuses, and this one here is blown. It's a 4-wheel drive fuse, 25 amp. I'm assuming it's what makes that solenoid on the front differential. Well, I put it in 4-wheel drive last night when I got home because it was a little muddy up in here and I was spinning. So I put it in 4-wheel drive, and apparently it blew the fuse, and apparently I'm coming off of the 4-wheel drive circuit to power my transmission solenoids. Let me change that fuse, and let's see if I'm getting power down yonder at the transmission. If I am, well, that's the problem. Well, we're back in the woods, so that means the old hoopty four-wheelie drive, she's shifting once again. I'll have to remember if I lose my shifting abilities to check that 4-wheel drive fuse again. Fellas, I don't remember how I wired that thing up. I don't remember what I did 10 minutes ago, but I'll just have to remember that, hopefully. Anyways, before I put that wheel back on here, this is stuck. Let's see if we can get it broke loose some kind of way. Hopefully I don't mess these threads up too bad, but we're gonna try it like this right here firstly. Ooh, yeah, that is. Oh, wait a minute, it moved a little bit then. Come on, man. Yeah, it's moving. Golly, come on, man, come on. I think we'll call that good for now. Maybe free up a little bit more. Let's get that wheel on. Y'all know what I forgot to bring again? My little saw. Yep, sure did. Oh yeah. In case y'all didn't know, those are called hand holes. That's what they're for. Grab a hold of it and pick it up. Let's hit these with some P&B before I tighten them up. That might help it out a little bit. Well, my gun, my battery is dead, so that's good. That's real good. I guess I get to put them on there manually. Oh, I tell you what. Ooh, I'm trying to stay off my knees as much as I can. Whew. That's too much like work. I don't like it. Let me get the other side off. And I got a radiator we can go steal. Well, there's the driver's side. It come off a lot easier. It only had 4 lug nuts sitting there at 8. We might steal 2 from there and put them over there. It don't really matter because we ain't going very far. But before we go to the house and fix that, and before we go steal a radiator, let me get my air tank out and see if these here will air up, because they look like they're still on the bead. Fingers crossed that they are. Well, let us see if they'll air up. Yes, sir. I do believe it's coming up. Oh, this is awesome. Yes, sir. If that'll pump up in the back one, man, that'll save me a lot of work. Yeah, it's coming on up. Alrighty, let me get this pumped up, then we'll go over and do that one. Air tank, got that almost full. It needs a little bit more. We'll fill my tank up, bring it back over here and pump it up the rest of the way. I got my little compressor running over here on this one. It's holding air, so that's good, but it's going really, really slow. We're on 21.5 psi right now. I'll let it keep running until it either pumps it up or runs the battery down, but that's awesome. Well, it made it to 29.5 psi. That ain't too bad out of the little feller. I do wish I would have got the bigger one now. Yep. Anyways, let me unhook it and I'll take it home. We'll charge it up. But for now, let's go over yonder and I'll show y'all what I'm stealing the radiator out of. Here's the old truck that we're gonna get the radiator out of. If you've seen the videos on the dang old Dodge, you'll remember it sat right here. I have recently acquired this truck. He gave me that one, and then there's I think a 3/4 over there. Well, we stole the windshield out of it for the dang old Dodge. We'll go over and look at it in a minute. He says he don't really remember why he parked it. I remember driving this one, and he said it was something with the motor. We might try to get the thing running and drive it home, but it's in pretty rough shape as far as rust. That's real bad. We might have a door. Well, no, it's pretty bad too. Yeah, sure is. Anyways, let's pop a hood and get the radiator out. Well, I was curious if this was a 318, 340, 360. So I took a wire brush and cleaned the numbers off the side of the block. Tis a 318. I'll show you all that right here. He said, well, he didn't remember. He just said he remembered something with the motor, why he parked it. So we might have to do a wheel run on this sometime or another, but I would like to get this cap off. See if there's anything in here. Come on, man. This hose clamp's got it. Let me get that out of the way. Well, she's bone dry, as far as I can tell. I don't know if it's got a hole, slow leak, or what. We'll take it and find out, I reckon. It's awesome that it's still got this recovery tank, too. So I will try not to bust it up. I bought a new hose. Wasn't thinking, you know, we could use this one. It'd be all right though. I got to run to Ireland to get it. I ordered it, was it yesterday, day before? I don't remember. I brought a bucket just in case there is some antifreeze. We'll catch it and use it in the other one, but I got about 15 batteries stacked up right in front of this truck, making it very, very aggravating to get to. Oh yeah, there's some. This show is nice and green too. Oh yeah, we'll use that. Well, apparently that's metric. Huh. What in the world? We're gonna make a 3/8 fit it. How about that? Well, it's got a clip a nut, and then it's half broke. It won't hold, and yeah, it's gonna get on my nerves. Get on my nerves. Yep. Well, the bolt fell in the bucket, so that's good. This bolt here comes from the front. I don't know why, I just know that it does. Dang you, Dodge, and your metric bolts. Well, it's going to take me about 6 years to get this out, so when I get it out, I think the radiator will come out then. Let's see if we can get it from the front here with a ratchet instead of a wrench. Oh yeah. Little clipper ain't holding up. Let me get some pliers to put on it. Good old shanty locks. Alright, radiator is loose. Come on out there, little buddy. Let's have a look, see. Do we see any big gashes? No, not right offhand. Look at the other side. I don't see nothing. Maybe it'll hold long enough to get it home. Well, we got the radiator out of it. Let's look at this truck real quick. I don't know what year it is. Maybe you can tell by the grill. I can't get the door open. It is a power wagon. I don't know what that means. Tis four-wheel drive too, so that's awesome. It's kind of rough as far as rust. Pretty bad right there. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it. What does this other side look like? I don't even know. Oh yeah, it's it's pretty bad too. I ain't sure what I'm gonna do with it. We will at least try to get it running sometime. Let's go over here and look at this other one that I told you about. There right there. I ain't sure what year it is either. It's, I guess, a 3/4 ton because it's 8 lug. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the bed ain't too bad, but right there's kind of bad. Tis an adventurer. What does that say? There's something else there too. Let me see. Ooh, adventurer sport. I don't know what that means. I wonder what that radiator fits. That sort of looks like a square body. We might have to take it with us. But it's got, does it have all the windows except the windshield? Let me see. Well, I can't get up where it goes. No, so it's missing that window over there. That's the one we need for the maroon one and the dang old Dodge. Floorboard, yes, it's shot too. So I ain't sure what to do with this one. Dash is all gone. I don't know, may just use it for a parts truck. Oh, let's look and see what year it is. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna take a picture of this and look them numbers up. It is a D300. Yeah, let me take a picture of that and I'll look it up later. Also, it does have that glass over there. I opened the door, I saw it, it's rolled down. So yeah, it's at least got that glass we can put in one of the Dodges, because remember the dang old Dodge? That window over there busted too. Anyways, let's go over there and get that radiator put in the other truck. I ain't sure that these will swap out directly. I don't know if the holes are gonna line up or not. I reckon we'll find out here in a minute, won't we? There is pieces of metal in the way right there. Let me see if I can't bend it out of the way. This whole thing is bent. I don't know if this front end, I know that fender's been hit. I don't know if the whole front end's been hit and cocked that way or not, but that ain't gonna work. Yeah, this has been wrinkled here. So, I'm gonna have to do whatever to make it fit for now. Oh, I meant to get the fan off of that nowhere too, because this one's gone. We'll have to go back and do that. Let me get the bolts in this side, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I can get one right there. What in the world? This broke up here on this radiator. The side pieces, they're soldered right here. Well, it broke loose over here, so I ain't really got much of nothing holding this radiator in. Sure don't. See this fender right here? Got a great big old dent there, and then she's curled under here. Well, it got hit right here on this corner, shoved everything that way. You can see it right here on this radiator support, right through here. I can tell it's pushed back and up. It's not flat like that side. Well, that's got our radiator all out of whack. It won't sit flat. It's a big old gap. This top needs to be pushed out of the way. We might fool with that tomorrow. I'll bring my come along or something, and one of my big old hooks, grab a hold of this and try to yank it back, because I'm not sure. Well, the fan, it probably will fit, but we might fool with that a little bit. Also, this little piece here, it's a support for the radiator, and it's soldered on here. Well, it broke free. Yep, that ain't worth the crap. But anyways, I think I'm gonna call it a day, because, well, my knees, they're just about shot. Yep, can't hardly walk. I think after I rest, I might see if I can get that to air up tonight, and then we'll come back tomorrow, and we got to fool with get some kind of brakes. And it's possible it's very possible that we might actually drive that thing home tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and see. Today's the next day again, and we're trying to do some backyard butchery body work with this here. Come along, hooked to the bumper of my old 4-wheelie drive. Trying to pull this back, but then I got to looking on down in here, and well, you know, she got crunched right in this area here. Well, it has shoved all of this that away. So I think what I might do, get underneath and hook right here maybe, and go to pulling on it, see what it does. Because this here, well, it needs to come back some, but I don't think that's the major issue. I think it's right here. This needs to come back this way. Oh yeah, so let me see what I can do with it. We'll pull on it until I either break something or get it straightened out, one of the two. Well, right or wrong, I'm fixing to jack on this a little bit here. I think all I'm doing is tearing up sheet metal, not the actual structure. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to fix this here in the woods. So we'll forget about that for now. I ain't sure my fan is going to fit because of this, but it might. We'll try it here in just a minute. But yeah, I got up here looked, and there's a big old thick piece of metal here. Going to have to bend it out. I ain't going to do it in the woods. I think the fan will fit if I take this here spacer off of here. Oh yeah, that'll fit just fine and dandly. Let me get that put on, and I might put the carb back on. I got the leak fixed, I think, on it last night. We'll put that on. I gotta put that wheel on, and then I guess we start on the dreaded brakes. All right, got the fan on. Get the carburetor device on. I got a thermostat. I think I'll change it too, because that in there, it might try to not open on us. We don't want that. All right. I forgot to bring any RT&V for this thermostat housing. And I'm not sure that it came with a gasket. So we may have to run back to the house or just wait on this. But yeah, that little fella there is pretty doggone disgusting. I'd say it would never opened. Get out of here. Let me see about getting this cleaned up. And if it looks good enough, I'll just use a gasket. If not, we'll wait and put some RT&V on it too. Well, the thermostat did not come with a gasket. I don't understand stuff like that. If I am changing out a thermostat, guess what? I need a gasket. Why not include it with it? Stuff like that boggles my mind. Anyways, I'll go back to the house and see if I can find one and get some RTV too. But in the meantime, let's see if we got any brakes. We ain't got no fluids. Well, there's a little bit in that one there. Let me put some in it, hit the pedal, and I doubt it, but maybe by some miracle from heaven above, the brakes might miraculously fix themselves. Well, I got the master cylinder full of fluids. Fingers crossed. Everybody, right now, cross your fingers that when I push on this, I'm gonna have pedal. Well, it ain't moving. There it goes, a little bit. Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work. Nope. I don't know if it's the actual pedal or the master cylinder, so let me do a little spraying with some coil of oil, see if I can get the pedal freed up, and then we'll go from there. Well, the good news is I think we got brakes. It don't go all the way to the floor. It stops right there. So I think we may have brakes, but see the clutch pedal moving with the brake? Yep. Well, watch this. Push the clutch down. Well, it stays down. But if you hit the brakes, clutch pedal comes back up. That might be hard to drive. I'm gonna keep working on it. It's this shaft up in here. Let me get the light. There's a shaft right down in there. See the end of it right in the middle of your screen. That's what the pedals pivot on, and it's just really, really rusty. If you remember the dang old Dodge, the brake pedal was stuck on it. I done hit with some coil of oil and everything else, and I bet I've worked them up and down 1,000 times. Anyways, let me keep fooling with that, and maybe they'll free up enough where we can drive it. Well, I've worked on them pedals for probably 45 minutes to an hour, and they're not getting any better than what they are now. So I'm gonna let them sit overnight. that olive oil, a lot of times it needs to work overnight. So we may come back tomorrow and they work just fine, or they may be worse. I don't know. I done went back to the house and got me some RT&V and a gasket. So let's get this thermostat in. We'll get the hoses hooked up. Of course, I forgot to bring water, so we won't be able to do that. And then, I don't know what else to do. Oh, I got to put this other tire on and see if we can pump them other ones up in the back. And then, that'll be about it for the day. I got a late start. Very late start. I had to do a lot of running around town. Anyways, let's get this put on. Get in here, Mr. Thermostat. I'm not sure if the gasket needs to go first. I think it does, because this housing here has got a little cutout for this to sit in. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do it anyway. Hopefully that won't leak. Let me find the hose and we'll put it on. Well, they said it was cut to fit, and they are right. And guess what? I ain't got nothing to cut with. No sir, surely do not. If I do that, it's gonna make it wrinkle. So, well, wait a minute. That'll work right there. And that'll hold this radiator steel, keep it off the fan, because this is broke right here. Oh yeah, that's what we'll do. Now let me take it off and put some hosiery clamps on. All right, let me get the bottom hose, and I'll pour that little bit of antifreeze we got out of this radiator. We'll pour it back in it. Oh, my fat belly's in the way. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give her just a little bit of water that we got. Next time I go to the house, maybe I'll remember to bring some antifreeze and my chainsaw. All right, there's my radiator bolt that I dropped in there. Well, I've been running around here last few minutes doing odd and end stuff. I finally remembered to bring some battery cable ends. I kept forgetting it, you know, the last 6 years I've been coming over here. I finally remembered, so I'm putting them on now. Once I get this done, then, well, that's a little short wire there. Once I get this done, then I'll put this wheel and tire on. I would like to know if the back brakes are locked up or not, so we might start it up long enough just to see if it'll move and shut her down. Anyways, let me get this done and we might do that in a minute. I gotta weave between all the trees because I'm too dumb to remember to bring my little saw. Maybe we can get this on there though. Or 'tis. Well, my battery's bad because I charged this up all night last night. Well, if that ain't something to tell the captain right there. Huh. All right, well, I guess I get to do these by hand too. Well, I spent the last little bit doing this and that and going here and to and yon and up and down and to and fro and whatever else you can think of. Also, I hooked the gas up to my carburetor. Well, you see this wet area? Well, the little feller, the float don't want to hold now. So that's, yep, that's A-okay. Hopefully I can peck on it and make it start acting right. But what I want to do right now, I've got the ignition unplugged because I don't want it to start. I'm going to put it in gear. I'm going to hit the starter. Let's see if the thing tries to move forward. If it does, and our back brakes are not locked up, and that will be awesome. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed that it rolls forward. Oh, this was not good. No. We got some locked up rear brakes, surely enough. Yep, I can see the motor just doing that right there. Well, we got our answer on that. That's good. Well, it might not be the answer I wanted, but at least we know that the back brakes are, in fact, stuck. We'll have to work on that tomorrow because the sun is going down. We run out of time. What I want to do right now, let's just see if it'll start, because I'm pretty sure a lot of gasolines have went down in the motor. Let's just see if it'll fire up. Well, what's happened? Oh, we got this on the negative cable. Supposed to be on the positive. My brain is shot. All right, let's see if she'll start up. Well, that ain't good. Nope. She's hydraulic because she's so full of fuel. What else can go wrong today? What in the world? Well. Well, at least we know our pump shot is fixed. Well, that's awesome. I think I'm gonna call it a day. It has been a short one. I do apologize about that, but it's Saturday, and Saturday is usually the day that I do my personal stuff. But I did want to come over here and work on it just a wee bit. Hopefully, Monday when we come back over here, the clutch pedal and brake pedal, they're acting right. Well, they're already a little bit better. I can push the clutch pedal down. It takes about 2 seconds, but it eventually pops back up on its own. Hopefully by Monday, all that will have fixed itself. We'll get in it, fired up, put it in first gear. I'll go to bumping that clutch. Maybe they'll break free. Kind of, I doubt it. You know how MLS is, but we'll give that a try. And if that don't work well, we'll pull the wheel off, go to whooping on it with a big old hammer. Maybe that'll break it free. Anyways, I'm going to the house. I will see y'all Monday. Well, we're back for what I'm hoping is the final day working on this old hunk of junk. I've already put a gallon of antifreezes in the radiator here. We got to run it, you know, to bump the clutch and see if our back brakes will become unstuck. Well, if we're going to run it, we got to have coolant or we'll burn it up. So that's what I'm doing right now. Fixing to fire it up, get it circulate, make sure we got it good and full. Then after we do that, we need to clean the inside out. It's leaves and glass all in that thing. I tell you what, right now though, let's go over here and check the pedals and see if they freed up anymore. But before we do that, let me tell you this. I have bought a brand spankingly new camera. Here it is right here, right in this area. Matter of fact, watch this. Oh yeah, see how quick I can flip it? Yes, sir. The reason I bought my new camera, I've been using my cell phone for 3 years. October last month was 3 years for the channel. And I've been using my cell phone. It's kind of a hassle because nowadays most cell phones don't take SD cards and they don't have a lot of onboard memory, and I'd fill my phone up, you know, just like that, and it got kind of old. So I decided to buy this camera and see how it goes. Used it a little bit last night. I think I'm gonna like it pretty good. Oh yeah. Anyways, let's get right over here on this old pile of junk, see if we can't get it out of this woods. What about the old pedal situation? Let's do the clutch first. Oh, come on. Oh, look at there. Yeah, it's returning pretty good. What about the brake pedal? It's coming up most of the way. I don't think it'll be a major issue. Yeah, I think we'll be just fine and dandly. So, I guess next, look at the floorboard and the seat, and let's just clean it up. We got to do something about the windshield. I'm thinking about just cutting it right there in the middle, but I don't have a cutting utensil, so I might have to go back to the house and get some. Anyways, let me clean this up real quick. Let us clean. I brought my broom, so there's a whole lot of leaves in this thing. I'm just going to sweep them out. Here's the rock. I think we'll keep it. Yep. I think we'll keep it for now anyway. A rear view mirror, we'll keep that for now. What else? This is the door handle that the idiots broke. Windshield wiper, we don't need that. What is this? Some form of That was a windshield sticker. It says Dodge. It's got the Chrysler emblem. Yep. All right. That's a lot of glass. I don't want to put it on the ground, so let me get my vacuum. We'll vacuum that out first. Well, I forgot that my battery from the impact, that's what I used from my vacuum too. And if y'all recall, it went bad, so I reckon we're just gonna sweep this glass out of here. It'll be all right. What do we have in here? I wonder if there's anything in this floorboard worth saving. No, sir. A bunch of glass, but let me get these leaves out here and I'll show you their floorboard repair. There's an old B&M shifter handle. I'll keep that. Well, let me show you their floorboard repair. Here's one piece that was just laying over in there. They just took some, I think it's aluminum, and riveted it to the floorboard. They did a pretty good job as far as fitting it. Yeah, it don't look too bad. So that means if we do fix this whole truck up, it's gonna need floorboards and probably, possibly rockers. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, let me clean that side out. Then we'll fire it up and get all our wooters filled up. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, that them back brakes come loose. I already got the inside cleaned up good as I'm going to. Let's fire this thing up and let it warm up, and we'll get our wooter and antifreeze all filled up. Here we go. Fire in the hose. I don't know how well the audio is going to be on this new camera, but maybe y'all can hear it. Hear that pinging and tinging. It's shoving acorns and whatnot out of the muffler. I think that's hilarious. Whilst I'm letting it warm up, I decided, let's see what kind of brakes we got with it running. And, well, they don't go to the floor. No, sir. I think we actually got brakes, and we have power brakes. That's pretty awesome. Now if we can just get them to unstick in the back, we'll be doing pretty doggone good. Well, I think she's warmed up pretty good. I put another gallon antifreezes in it. Seems to be pretty full. Sitting there purring like a kid. Well, not really. It does have a bit. Ton of blow by. It has started burning off all the stuff off the exhaust manifolds, but yes, she's running pretty good considering it's probably wore out and been sitting here 20 plus years. Yeah, not too bad. I think what I'm gonna fix to do is gonna get in it, and we're gonna see if them back brakes will come loose or not. Well, it's stuck in gear. Well, I gave it all she had, which ain't very much, but I did feel one brake loose. It's not this, and you can tell by the bottom of the tire there, it's still sitting right where it was. That over there broke free. Well, then it died on me. This brake still hung up. It hung it up in gear. I have pulled and pushed and did everything I know to get this thing out of gear, and it will not come out of gear. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I'm gonna work on it a little bit more. I may, let's see, I may have to hook it up to come along in the truck, or a chain in the truck. Maybe pull it forward, you know, because I was in reverse. Pull it forward, take some of the tension off the transmission, then maybe it'll come out of gear. I don't know, I'll figure something out. Well, here's the deal. The clutch does not work anymore. No, sir. Something in the linkage down here is done let go. Let me get it jacked up and get under there and see what I see. Well, I don't know how well this will show up, but here is your clutch fork right here, right there. This piece here
is what is supposed to fit into the clutch fork right there. And then the other end of this piece here goes right here. Well, these are at a bad angle, like 45 degrees. That'll go there, and then this has got to swing way over here. That ain't gonna happen. This is bent. Don't know if it's been like that or if it just happened, but I'm gonna see if I can't bend this little Z-bar over this way and get it lined up a little better. All we gotta do is get it home, and we'll worry about it later. Let me see if I can remedy this pile of garbage situation. When I was under there, you know, I was standing on my head, but I thought this shaft that runs this way, you know, it's got an arm up here, and it'll have an arm down here, and you know, that moves back and forth and works the clutch. Well, that shaft should be level. Well, it's cockeyed pretty bad. If you get up here on top and look at it, and you see why, I'm pretty sure we got a motor mount broke. Looking at this exhaust manifold, and then I look at this one over here. Well, you just look at the carb. Look at the top of the carb. That motor mount just broke. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. When I put it in a bind, trying to get that brake to break free, yep, that's exactly what happened. Well, I done broke the motor mount. Well, that's good. Let me get under there, and I think we got plenty of room. I don't think it'd be too hard to change, but let me investigate, and I'll let y'all know. Yes, sir, I do believe we have broken motor mounts right here. This piece is supposed to be up in here. This is supposed to be even up here. And then this is over here slipping out too. Oh yeah, so that's great. Let me get out from under here and order some motor mounts. I doubt I'll get them before dark. You know, time changed over the weekend. So we'll probably come back tomorrow, but I will probably go ahead and jack this up and get these out. And then once I do that, I may take that wheel off back yonder and go to whooping on it with a Hummer, see if we can't break them brakes loose. Well, I ordered 2 motory mounts. They won't be here till tomorrow morning. So about all we can do is get these out and then go work on that brake. I was going to try to take the whole assembly, you know, the upper plus this clamshell part here, but I can't get to that back bolt very goodly. So I jacked the motor up, and it goes up pretty high. So I think we can take just the rubber clamshell part out. So that's what I'm working on now. It's hard to show this, you know, up under this truck in the woods, but I was told a couple of times in last week's video that too much talk, not enough work. And then one fella said something about I talked too much, and how did he put it? The ads didn't start until the work started, or work didn't start till the ads started. Maybe that's what he said. I don't know what that means, because I don't have any control over when the ads are placed. But anyways, I figured I'd show just a little bit of this work here, even though I can't hardly get the camera under here. Anyways, here you go. Here's you some work. Let me get these motor mounts out. Finally got them both out. Yep, they both broke it right in half. I think, well, you see how much room you got to have. I think I can slip them up in there without having to take the upper mount off. Yes, sir, I do believe so. Now, what have we learned in this endeavor? What I have learned, if you're working on an old truck that's been sitting in the woods for 20 plus years, don't go to rearing on it trying to get the brakes to break loose. No, sir, you'll break both motor mounts. That's what I've learned. Also, oh, by the way, I have lost an 11/16 impact socket. I have searched the area all over the truck underneath. Can't find it. I guess it grew legs and walked away. I've seen them do that before. They will grow legs. They'll start walking away. You'll see them. You start chasing them, they'll take off running, you can't catch them. That's what happened to that socket. Yep. Maybe I'll find it eventually. Right now, got a little bit of daylight left. Let's come back here and jack this up, get this wheel off, and go to whooping on them brakes. I had to break out the old Ingersoll Rand impact because my battery died on the other one. All right. Put them up there so they'll get lost in the leafages. Alright. Get out of the way. This should be real fun. I might have to go get a bigger Hummer because that's all I got. Let me get something to put on it and see if we can spin it around. Don't bend them studs. I tell you what. Let me go to the house. Get my, what's it called? The chain wrench and a bigger Hummer, and I'll be back and we'll work on it a little bit more. Woo! Let's whoop on it with a big Hummer. See what that does. I don't want to bust this drum, but there's no telling what that cost. No, sir. I would just like to break it free. Well, here's the deal, fellers. This little break back here, yes, there's going to be a problem, child. Whooped on it with a big hammer and got it to move in the drum, but it still won't break free. I can move it back and forth with a pry bar, but it won't go this way. No, sir. It's about time to go to the house because the sun has set. So here's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to replace the motor mounts, and then I'm going to jack the whole back end up. Get both tires off the ground, and then I'll just do what I was doing today. I won't get quite as rough, and we'll work the clutch, and hopefully this brake here will pop free, and we won't pop two more motor mounts. That's the plan anyway. So I reckon I'll see y'all tomorrow. Just got back from Ireland. Here are the motor mounts. Let's go ahead and put them on. Then we got to get back on this back brake here. It's got to break free. If it don't, well, we are in trouble. Well, we've got an issue. I can't get the motor mount all the way in. I got it in the bottom half. And I'm having to pry on the motor right here. And, well, it won't go up high enough. This over here, I think will work. But this in here, well, it's going to be a problem. I'll let y'all know if I figure anything out. Well, would you look at that right there? That motor mount is in. What I ended up doing was taking this funny looking pry bar right here. See that crook? That gave me a little more room to pry on. Well, she popped right in. Let me let it down, and hopefully that in there will go over where it's supposed to, and then we'll put the nuts on, tighten it up, and we'll be done under here. Motor mounts are installed, and our pivot shaft on the clutch, it is straightened back out. Oh yeah, y'all watch this right here. Y'all watch it. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? We got a clutch now. Yep. It's returning just fine and dandy, so that's awesome. What I got to do next, well, I got to get it off this jack stand up here, and then, well, I busted a power steering hose. This one right here. You can see the fluid on the frame there. When I let this motor down without the motor mount on, well, it kinked that hose, and it's so old it just broke. So let me fix that. We'll jack the back end up. We'll give her one more try, see if that brake right there come free. Y'all take a gander at this right here. Remember that 11-16 socket I lost? There it is right there. It was down in between or under my jack stand when I pulled the jack stand out. There it was. Now, here's our next dilemma. MLS is in full force. Remember yesterday, I was beating on this drum, and it moved that away all 1/8 of an inch. Well, it loosened up the lug bolts. See there? Well, I didn't know that. I went to put the wheel on. Guess what I did? See them two missing? Yep, they're down in the drum. Chances are it probably wouldn't hurt to just drive it home, but knowing my luck, they're gonna get caught up in there, lock this wheel up, and cause me to wreck or just destroy this whole rear end. So I got to pull that drum off. It's got to come off. And this is not your typical drum. You know, this is a full floating axle, meaning this right here, well, your axle's right here on the outside. You got to pull these nuts off. It'll come out, and then hopefully this will come out after you take snap rings and stuff off in here. Then you can get the drum off. You know, of course, the drum is still stuck. I priced drums last night for this, and surprisingly, they're only was $84 a piece. That ain't bad for this big old drum. Here's something weird though. Evidently, the 1 tons come with either 3-inch brakes, that's what these are, or 2.5. And those are smaller drums. They're actually like a regular old drum. They're only this wide instead of coming out here. They're $101 compared to these being $84. How can a smaller drum cost $15 more? I don't understand it. Anyways, we got to get this off because I don't want to get them lug nuts or lug bolts out. So I'm gonna wrestle with this for a while. I'm hoping, fellas, this is the last day. We got to get this truck out of here. Let me work on this, see what I can do. All right, let's get this here axle out firstly. These two are loosened up, so somebody has been in here doing something. I just hope they ain't tore it up where it won't drive. Come on, man. There she comes. Oh yeah. Let me get these washers off of here. Oh, they ain't washers. They're a tapered spacer of some kind. Man, it's a little axle for such a big truck. Huh. Alright, now let me lay this out of the way. It's a wee bit rusty. Now, let me get a rag, and there's a lock nut we got to get off, and then this hub should come off. This has been off before because it's got chisel marks all over it. I'm going to get the little locking tab out of the way, and I think there's another nut back there. Alright, now let's get this one out. Does it got a locking? I don't think it does. Alright, that one there's off. Now this hub comes right on out. Oh, I'm getting grease everywhere. Dad blame it. Let's see if we can get that drum broke free. I don't really want to break the drum, but if I have to, I will. I did notice last night when I was editing the video, this did turn just a minute amount. So hopefully it'll come loose. If I can, let's see. See what we can try first. Let me loosen up the tensioner, the whatever you want to call it, self-adjusting thing. See if that won't help us some. Alright, let's see what that does. Y'all look at here. Oh, look at here. Why'd you just look at it? This shoe over here is still stuck, but that has helped us quite a bit. Let me whoop on it some more with a hammer. Come off of there. Oh, yeah, look up there. Finally got it off. Main reason I wanted to get that off so I can drive these back in the drum. That way they won't push in, you know, and cause us more issues. So let me do that, and then we'll put all this back together. Well, the lug bolts do not drive into the drum. They drive into this hub. So we're going to do this right here and drive them into the hub. That way they won't fall out again when I go to put the wheel on and have to do all this all over. Yes, I'm probably destroying that extension, but that's all I got right now. Anyways, let me get these done up, and then we'll get this put back together, and hopefully drive this thing out of the woods. Well, I got everything back together. All we gotta do is put this here axle in, then we'll be done with this. Alright, gotta get our little tapered thingamabobs here, get them put in. I'm missing one of them. Oh, I know where it's at. This stud came out. I have no clue where it's at. Hopefully it's up here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. I found it. It goes right there. Alright, I'm going to call that good. It won't roll because I got it in gear. Let's get the wheel on it now. Yeah. Get up on there. Yeah. Ugh. Well, that in there ain't doing right either. Well, something happened there. What in the world happened? That is spinning in the hub. Well, that's good. I think we got like 2 lug nuts holding this wheel on. It'll be alright. It'll get us home. Going down. I do believe we got all 4 wheels turning now. That's awesome. The only thing left to do is clean this bed off. I don't want this metal, so we're going to scoot it that away. Get this little junk off. We're going to flip this over and strap it down. So I'm going to take it home. If I can pick up that little reel mower over there, we might throw it up here too. And then I'm going to knock all the leaves off. We're going to head to the house. Ooh, there goes a mousey. Scared me to death. Sorry, little buddy. Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. The steering wheel just broke. One more last thing. I'm gonna try to cut half of that windshield off, get that mess out of the way so it don't blow glass or whatever on me when we're going down the road. And after I do that, I'm gonna start it up, let it warm up, and we're gonna pull down here, see if we can't get that little reel mower loaded up. All right, let's see if we can't cut this plastic layer and get this thing out of the way. Get out of here! Ow, that poked me. All right, let me clean the rest of this mess up. Here's some extra lug nuts. We'll hang on to them. Get this cleaned up and then we'll be about ready to go. I think I got everything ready to get this old hunk of junk out of the woods. Just got done cleaning what little windshield I got. I see I need to strap my gas tank down. I'll do that. I'm gonna fire it up, let it warm up. Got the old hoopty out of the way. We're gonna pull her right down here first thing. We're gonna put it to work. We're gonna hopefully load up that reel mower, head to the house with it. The old girl, she's fixing to come out of her grave of 20+ years. All right, let's see if we can't get this loaded up without giving myself a hernia or a broke back, something of that nature. Kind of heavy back here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Come on now. Oh yeah. sucker right there just hit me in the head. That hurt. Let me strap that down. Yeah, that hurt my knees too. Wow. All right, fellas. Let's get this old thing out of the woods. My door over here, the striker and all that's gone, so I gotta hold the door shut. It's got just a wee bit of clutch chatter. Pretty bad, actually. Power steering is gone. I checked the brakes. It's got brakes, but I was doing 2 miles an hour, so hopefully we'll get it home without any incidents. That clutch release is way at the top. Brake pedals hang it down. I gotta remember to pull it up with my foot. All right, here we go. Ooh, I just barely missed that tree. Here we go. Brakes. Well, yeah, we got some. We just want to go slow. Brakes are definitely dragging.
can't shut it off. I gotta go pull the battery cable off. Well, the old hunk of junk made it home in one piece. It didn't do too bad, no sir. If you got over about 25 miles an hour though, we had a pretty terrible shake, but I mean, you know, the tire's been sitting there in the woods for at least 20 years, so yeah. It did, when I raised the hood and took the battery cable off, it did spew a little bit of radiator fluid, but it wasn't too bad. The old thing, it ain't that rough. I'm telling you, I believe it would take a whole lot to get it back on the road, but I got a dilemma. I want the dang old Dodge back on the road, possibly to be my tow vehicle, but I want this 360 in it. But like I said, this thing ain't too bad. It can be put back on the road too, so I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. I'll worry about that later. Right now, let's see if the hydraulics work, see if that bed will lift up. I just crawled under there because the cables they're froze, they ain't moving. Crawled under there and cut the cables. I put the pump in gear and the valve is engaged, so I'm gonna fire it up as soon as I let go of the clutch pedal. If there's fluid left in the tank, it should start to raise up. Well, it don't work, no sir. Looked up under there, the pump is turning, it just ain't got no fluid, I guess. I found the tank, it's right there, so let me put this here hydraulic oil in it. I don't know what that is, but it is hydraulic oil. Maybe it'll make it work. Let me fill her up and we'll give her a try again. Well, I got the tank filled up. I got these little fellers strapped back down just in case it works. I don't want them to go flying off the bed. I will be starting it remotely because I have no switch inside to cut it off. If this thing works, it starts taking off, you know, I ain't got nowhere to stop it. Other than put your clutch in it, but then I can't kill the truck. So we're gonna do it up here where I can stand at the battery and cut the truck off if I need to. Anyways, let's see what it does. Fire in the hole. Oh yeah, look at there. Looky there, would you just look at it. What y'all think about that? Oh yeah, it's pretty doggone awesome, sure is. That is a humongous cylinder too. And it come up very, very quickly. This old truck has surprised me, it really has. You know, I have passed by it in the woods, I don't know how many times, thinking, well, that thing is just a pile of junk. No sir, I don't think it is. I don't believe it'd take much at all to get this back on the road. And, well, let me show you this real quick. I don't know if you remember, I believe at the first video, I said something about this frame. I've never seen this before. It is a frame scabbed onto the outside of the regular frame, and I believe it came from the factory because it's riveted on. I've never seen anything like that. I'd say this old truck here would be pretty doggone heavy duty with that right there, yes sir. If I remember right, the tag on the door over there said 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight. I bet you it'll haul a whole lot more than that. Yep. That's another reason why I'm sort of, well, I just don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Very possible that this whole thing, it'll be back on the road. Yep. Well, as you can see, it's gotten dark on us. Yep. I love daylight savings time, don't you? It's useless. I'll be glad when springtime gets here again. Sure will. Anyways, this old truck, like I said, it has surprised me. And don't be surprised if you see it on the channel again. I don't know when, maybe a month, maybe a year, but you'll probably see it again. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. And until next time, go do something. Blur, blur.